How's it going, everybody? So we have a brand new card in Clash Royale, a Hero Berserker. Yes, Hero Berserker is here and now. I'm not really too sure what to think about this card. This is my first match with it. We're going to see if I can get some actual value with it. Going up against Nate in today's video. I'm just going to be playing this card a bunch of times and hopefully getting some good value out of it. Now, it has a 3 elixir ability, right? So you pop the ability and it pretty much can't die. It's kind of insane. You can see right there, wow, that's actually, you know, quite a bit of damage. But for 3 elixir, I think it's been considered weak overall, at least from the first couple of reviews that I've seen with the card. Now, hopefully in this video, we're able to still get some good value out of it and, you know, utilize the ability to the best of my capabilities. Now, he's going to have the Berserker, of course, as well, so it's going to be interesting to see who can utilize the ability more or get more value out of it. I hope somebody can, but I definitely know that the upcoming cards as well are going to be even more difficult to defend against than this Berserker that somehow is invincible. Now, Berserker's biggest strength, I would think, is probably DPSing down cards like big units that are, you know, heavy and you can kind of take it out quickly, sort of like a Ronin in a way, but you have that ability where you just pop it and it wipes off probably like half the HP of a card. For like a giant skeleton, it'd probably take out 90% of it or something. If it was just one-on-one and you waited till the last millisecond to pop the ability, I think it could honestly maybe even win the interaction, who knows. But just going to go for the ability here, see if I can get some value out of it. That's going to go ahead and chop down that and force out a log. I mean, not bad. If this ability was 2 elixir, I feel like it'd be really broken, or like at least extremely good. But with the 3 elixir that it's currently at, I think it's already gotten nerfed as well. That's probably why it's not quite as broken as we initially maybe thought when seeing it. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, with the elixir at 3, I feel like it's a little bit weak. You can definitely let me know your thoughts, and I want to hear everybody's thoughts down below. But just gonna go for the miner on top of the tower. Let's chuck a rocket as well. Also, it's kind of funny that we're both playing miner rockets. In this first match, of course, it's random. Like, I didn't tell him I'm playing this. He didn't tell me I'm playing this. But just going to go for my Berserker here in the back and then Ice Spirit too. Hopefully catch the miner. We do catch it. Nice. He does go for the rocket. Wait, what if I pop the ability? That's going to survive the rocket. Now, that's an interesting little technique you can do on defense if you really need to keep a card alive, or keep your Berserker alive, rather. You can pop the ability and, you know, even a rocket, as you can see, doesn't kill it. A P.E.K.K.A. swing doesn't kill it. Nothing kills it. Like, it will survive everything. That is kind of the benefit of the card's ability for sure. But just going to go delivery on top of his miner in this situation, try not to take any more damage. And this is kind of funny that we're playing literally a mirror matchup pretty much right here. Actually, I think it's an exact mirror matchup. I don't know. But just going to go for the miner rocket on his tower right now. That should be pretty solid. Then I can also just drop down my Ice Spirit as well. We're getting some decent chip damage. Now, Berserker's not really going to be too useful on offense in this situation, but catching the miner and trying to prevent damage is going to be the usage of it. So I'm going to go for these skellies like this. He's going to probably rocket, of course, sometime soon. I'm going to go for the Berserker as well. Now, he does catch the miner, but that pre-log actually forces him to go for his Berserker as well, which is good for me. And then we're down to 919 on his tower. So I'm going to go for the rocket early on. Dude, this is kind of sweaty. Oh my goodness, this could be a close finish here potentially. So he goes for the rocket. I'm gonna go for my miner and then skellies. We do actually catch his miner, which is good. I'm gonna log as well. He does not catch mine, so the miner gets 1 shot, but his miner also gets 1 shot. But I have him down to basically 2 rocket range, or 1 rocket range and a couple miner hits and a log. He's gonna have to get a couple miner hits as well. So I'm gonna go for the Berserker first, and then I'm gonna try and predict his miner with my skellies in the back right here. Hopefully we can catch it. Miner on the back too. Oh, we do actually not really catch the miner, but actually the Berserker comes all the way back and saves me, and now I can just rocket his tower to finish off this game. So nice first win. Berserker got a little bit of value, nothing too crazy, but I'll definitely take it. We could have used the ability right there if I had enough, but I kind of had no elixir at the end. But still, nice win right there with the mirror matchup. In the next match right here, this time I've got a Lava Hound deck, and I think this could get really nice value in Lava Hound because having a nice cheap 2 elixir response that can kill anything if you really needed to could potentially be very, very important. And I'm actually curious to see what type of archetypes Berserker is going to fit into. You already know Cycle, it's going to be great, but a 3 elixir ability with Cycle, you know, we kind of see this with Tombstone where the ability doesn't get used that much since it's so expensive. I'm not sure. The Berserker might be on kind of the same wavelength in my opinion. I think it's weak. I think it could potentially get buffed before it even gets released, or maybe if they let it go for a season and it doesn't get too much usage, then maybe people will start asking for a buff. Who knows? But he's going to have Knight and Berserker. I'm going to go for my Berserker in the middle of the map right here to take care of his. Hopefully, he does use the ability. Now, this is definitely one of those heroes that you do not want to be popping the ability every time. You definitely want to be thinking about, okay, is this the right time to go for the ability? Should I chill? I'm going to go Lava on the back, because I feel like we're up quite a bit of elixir, especially after that Knight in front of the furnace, which he kind of had to do if he didn't want his furnace to be, like, you know, just nullified. He does go for the Berserker, so I can just Skeleton Dragons on top of that. He also uses the ability, so that 3 elixir I actually think is going to hurt him more than help him in this situation, because what I'm going to do is wait for him to poison. He's 100% going to poison this, right? So I'm going to go for the Valk other lane, and now he's going to have to start thinking about, okay, what am I going to do on defense? I'm going to Empress on the ground as well. Now, this is all a distraction, because what I want to do is go for the Berserker on this left-hand side, but I'm going to wait until I have enough elixir for the ability before it dies. So now that I have enough elixir to go for the ability last second, we're going to go for the Berserker on the left-hand side. The Empress takes the tower on the right-hand side. I can pop my Berserker's ability. Can we take the whole tower with this, or at least something crazy? Oh no, we barely even get him down to 1,000. Not even 1,000. What? Okay, I thought that was gonna do more. I was kind of excited for that to just wipe his tower down to like at least 500 or something, but still really good pressure on both sides right there. We kind of utilized our, you know, dual lane spam fairly well. So let me go for the tombstone like this. Skeleton dragons right here. Berserker comes down from him on the other side. I'm gonna go Valk as well, to make sure that Graveyard doesn't take my tower. Then since he does use the ability, I'm going to go Empress to retarget and go ahead and destroy the rest of that Berserker's ability. So, I don't know, 3 elixir, it feels weak to me, but I definitely think it's a fun, interesting hero. The other ones that are coming out might be a little bit of a, more of a question mark maybe, but I'm going to go Berserker like this and Skeleton Dragons. That should actually kite back the Knight. It does perfectly. Wow, what a beautiful Berserker right there, to pull that backwards, and then Skeleton Dragons, of course, make quick work of that defense as well. So, everything is going to die to my Skeleton Dragons. We could probably just go for a Lava Hound. I want to get another Berserker ability off if I can. I'm just going to go for the Empress in the middle of the map, kind of, and then Valk to kite back his Knight. We can go Berserker to DPS down this Graveyard. Very good, cheap card. I mean, even the base version of Berserker is a solid 2 elixir card. It's going to get you value pretty much every single time, so even having it in your deck, if you're not going to use the ability that frequently, it's still going to be a very solid card to have in your deck. But yeah, nice win right there in this one. Okay, this game I have a pretty annoying to deal with RG deck. Now, I made this deck because I want to see if Berserker can actually get really good value against it. I know that sounds kind of contradicting, you know, wanting to win the match, but I want to see how Berserker does against Giant Skeleton, Skeleton King, even RG, to be honest, and how much value it can get. But that's going to be a pretty decent start for this ability. It's going to go ahead and chop down that entire Knight. Now, that's where you can get the value out of the card. I know it's only 3 elixir, like the Knight was only 3 elixir, but still, that killed it really quickly. And imagine if you needed to break through with something else and you just wipe out his Knight in 1 second. Like, that's pretty valuable. Now, I'm going to go for the RG since he just played a 5 elixir Berserker basically over there. Tesla does come down from Nate right there, and then hopefully Zappies can kill that bomber in a timely fashion, question mark? Yes, they actually do, and you guys know Zappies are so broken when they're 1 HP, it's insane. But I'm just gonna go Berserker on this left-hand side right here, and then I'm just gonna use my ability as the last second here. Let's go ahead and drop it down right now. It's gonna go ahead and chop up that tower. No, it goes for the Knight, but look at that, it completely evaporates the Knight and gets a few swings on tower. That's so worth it in that situation, but it's definitely a niche usage card right now. Now, I know it's 2 elixir in general, the Berserker, so it's kind of hard to have an ability that's more than the actual cost of the card, if that makes sense. It feels off to me. Of course, you can let me know if you think it should be 2 elixir, 1 elixir, and nerfed a bunch, or maybe buffed a little bit and kept at 3 elixir. I don't know. I really don't know. It's kind of hard to introduce these things into the game that just feel unnatural. Like heroes in the first place. So I'm going to go ahead and drop down my Zappies in the back right here. And now his Berserker is probably going to go ahead and chop up that Giant Skeleton. This is the interaction I kind of wanted to see. Is Berserker going to go ahead and wipe that off the map completely? I think it might. Oh, he doesn't even use... Oh, no, he does use it. So that's going to kill that completely. Yeah, definitely with the help of the tower. Wow, that actually got quite a bit of value there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and drop down my Berserker on this left-hand side because I feel like he's low in elixir. I was hoping that bomber would die, so that's, I guess, my bad. I'm just going to pop my ability right now to hopefully force out some more elixir, and Berserker forces out his Berserker. You couldn't even barely see that card on the map with how fast it just got wiped off the screen, which is kind of hilarious. But you're going to go for the Giant Skeleton on top of that Knight right there and see how he does want to reply to this. I'm guessing another Berserker is going to come down as quickly as he can. Let's go for the Zappies like this, and then I need to go for the Skeleton King on top of the Goblin Drill right here. We're going to take a bit of damage, but nothing too crazy, and then hopefully my push on this right-hand side can do something. His Berserker ability, oh my goodness, there is the value you're looking for in the card right there. Now, I also know that Rune Giant might be really good with a Berserker. I might need to try that out, but I haven't, you know, done that yet. I think that combination could be nasty potentially, especially because I think Rune Giant was getting a buff if I'm not mistaken, but just going to use my ability like this and then RG on the other side to pressure him on both lanes, and then I'm also going to Berserker on this right-hand side, too. He's probably going to use, yep, there's his ability, which is kind of funny. I'm going to pop my own ability here. Stay alive, stay alive! Nice, it stays alive. It's going to go ahead and wipe out that Knight and part of that bomber. Actually, yeah, most of that bomber. The RG doesn't connect, though, which is quite sucky for me, but that's okay. We're still getting a decent, you know, we're doing decently in the damage departments, I guess. It's going to be hard to break through, though, I think, unless we get a massive push. So I'm going to go Giant Skeleton in the back like this right here. and then start up that set of massive push if I can, by just probably going, you know what, I think we just RG the back other lane. I think this is smart. I don't really know what I'm doing with the stack, but I'll figure it out as we go kind of thing. Let's go for the arrows on top of the tower and the bomber, and then I can go for the Berserker on top of his Berserker as well. That should do okay, I think. I'm going to use my ability here as well. Nice, it just survives the snowball. That's so freaking annoying for the opponent, but just going to go for the zappies like this right now, and then I think we just fireball this bomber and force out a bunch of elixir. Can we get the Berserker? No, we cannot. I was hoping that might connect on that right there, but that's fine. We still get, you know, force out the Tesla from him. So I'm going to go for my RG on this right-hand side since he has no Tesla in cycle. He's going to drill on defense 100%. Yep, has to. And then I can just go for the Electro Spirit like this. I can also go ahead and arrows to hopefully get my RG to break through. That's my thought process. Give me one shot RG. Pretty please with the cherry on top. Dude, RG, you're selling me right now. I'm not going to lie. If that is against me, that RG would have taken my tower, or like at least gotten one hit. Let's go for the Skeleton King like this. Oh, this could be trouble here. Hold on a second. Oh no, I'm kind of getting nervous. The Berserker zappies quickly. Whew, that was close. Okay, now we are barely winning, and I really need to find ways to get damage. Let's go for the arrows like this. Remember, we do have Skeleton King, so if I just play smart and use my Berserker ability to clean up the river right here, which is going to get nice value. Wow, look at that. I can just go Skeleton King to back like this. We can go ahead and Fireball on top of his tower as well. He's going to go for the Evo Drill plus Poison on top of mine, so I can Electro Spirit as well, and then I can go for the RG the bridge just to force him to defend. Somehow the drill is just not dying to my Skeleton King. I didn't realize Skeleton King was that noob, but RG does get the connection, and that's going to do it right there. We are going to successfully win this game. Now, of course, I want to hear all your thoughts. Let me know, does the Berserker need a buff or no in the comments? I think yes, it definitely needs a buff and is weak at the moment, but yeah, of course, I want to hear your thoughts. And of course, as always, enjoy the Butch clip, and we will see you guys tomorrow with the next video. Peace out, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.